The man didn't raise his voice at first. He didn't need to. The way he walked across the parking lot, slow, heavy, certain, told everyone watching exactly who he believed he was. And who he believed she was. "Move the car," he said, like it wasn't a request. Like it was already done. But the woman standing beside the black SUV didn't move. Not even a little. And that was the moment everything began to fall apart for him. Because what he didn't know, what he couldn't possibly imagine, was that he had just picked the worst possible person in that entire city to try and intimidate. It was supposed to be a quiet Saturday. A rare kind of quiet. The kind that felt earned. Naomi Carter closed the trunk of her SUV with a soft push, adjusting one of the grocery bags so the eggs wouldn't crack. The sun was warm, the air easy. No radio chatter, no urgent calls, no reports waiting on her desk. Just a parking lot, a cart with a crooked wheel, and her daughter's voice spilling out from the passenger seat. "Mom, you're not even listening." Naomi smiled faintly, not turning around. "You said Columbia, Yale, and maybe Stanford if you decide you want sunshine instead of snow." A pause. Then a groan. "Okay, wow, you were listening." "I always listen," Naomi said, shifting a bag. "I just don't always look like I am." Her daughter, Amara, leaned back in the seat, half amused, half embarrassed. "You make it hard to tell." "That's intentional." Amara laughed under her breath and kept talking. About essays, about deadlines, about what kind of lawyer she wanted to be someday. Her voice had that restless excitement of someone standing at the edge of their future. Naomi let herself enjoy it. These were the moments she worked for. Not the job. Not the title. This. She reached into the trunk one last time. And that's when the horn sounded. Short, sharp. Unnecessary. Naomi glanced over her shoulder. A large pickup truck had pulled up behind her, angled just enough to claim her parking space before she had even left it. The driver sat high in the seat, watching. Waiting. She turned back to the groceries. Another honk. Longer this time. Impatient. Amara went quiet. Naomi didn't rush. She adjusted the bags carefully, making sure nothing would shift during the drive, closed the trunk, took a breath, then walked toward the driver's side. Calm, unbothered. The truck door slammed open. Heavy boots hit the pavement. Naomi turned. The man approaching her looked like someone used to being obeyed. Tall, broad, late 50s. His face carried that permanent flush of someone who lived in a constant state of irritation. His steps were deliberate, like the ground itself owed him space. He stopped too close. Looked her over. Then the car. Then back at her. "You planning to be here all day?" he asked. Not loud, but sharp. Naomi met his gaze. "I'm leaving now." He let out a short, humorless laugh. "Yeah, I've been hearing that for the last 2 minutes." Naomi didn't respond. She reached for the door handle. "Hey." His tone shifted. Harder now. "I'm talking to you." She looked at him again. Really looked this time. Measured. Still. "I heard you." That irritated him. More than yelling would have. "You think this is funny?" "No." "Then why are you still standing here?" Naomi's voice didn't change. "I said I'm leaving." He stepped closer. Close enough that people nearby began to notice. "Some of us have places to be," he said, slower now. "Schedules, responsibilities, you understand that." Naomi said nothing. Behind the windshield, Amara had gone completely still. The man's eyes moved over the SUV again. Lingering. Judging. "This your car?" he asked. No answer. This area isn't cheap, he continued louder now. People around here work hard for what they've got. There it was, clear as day. A couple nearby stopped walking. A woman unloading groceries paused mid-motion. Phones started appearing in hands. Naomi felt it all. The shift, the tension, and still she didn't react. The man stepped forward again. And this time, he grabbed her shoulder. Firm, possessive. I'm talking to you. The air changed instantly. Take your hand off me, Naomi said. Quiet, but final. He didn't. Instead, he leaned in slightly. Or what? Naomi looked down at his hand. Then back up at him. Or I will make you. He smiled. Slow. Mocking. Do you know who you're talking to? There it was. The line he had been waiting to say. The identity he thought would end the conversation. I don't, Naomi replied, and it doesn't matter. That did it. He straightened fully, puffing up with authority. I'm Chief Daniel Harrow, he said loudly, head of county police, 30 years on the force. Murmurs spread through the small crowd. He pointed toward her car. And you're going to move this vehicle, right now. Silence fell over the parking lot. Naomi let it sit. Then slowly, she reached into her jacket. Every movement controlled. Deliberate. She pulled out a leather badge wallet. Opened it. Held it up. My name is Naomi Carter, she said, Senior Special Agent, Federal Bureau. The world seemed to pause. For 1 second. He stared. Then he laughed. A real laugh. Dismissive. Sure you are. And before she could react, he snatched the badge from her hand. Let me take a look at this. The crowd shifted. Phones tilted. Recording. That is federal property, Naomi said. Return it. I'll return it when I decide it's real. And then, he grabbed her wrist. Hard. That was the moment everything ended. And everything began. Naomi moved instantly. One pivot. One shift of weight. His balance broke before his brain caught up. And suddenly, the powerful, untouchable chief of police was face down against her vehicle. Pinned. Controlled. Helpless. Gasps exploded around them. Phones lifted higher. Someone shouted. Don't move, Naomi said calmly. And he didn't. Daniel Harrow, she continued, voice steady, you are being detained for assault on a federal officer. The words hit harder than anything physical. The crowd erupted. Some clapped. Some stared. Amara exhaled for the first time in minutes. Sirens cut through the air. Multiple. Vast. Too fast. Backup was coming. And Naomi already knew. This wasn't over. Not even close. The officers arrived with confusion written all over their faces. Weapons half raised. Commands shouted. But the moment Harrow spoke, stand down, everything shifted. He got up slowly, composed himself, looked at Naomi with something colder now. Something calculating. You just made a mistake, he said quietly. Then he walked away. No arrest. No consequences. Just a promise hanging in the air. By Monday, the narrative had already changed. He was the victim. She was aggressive, unprovoked, dangerous. And when the truth about her investigation surfaced, everything escalated. Suspension, media pressure, political silence. The case she had built for months threatened to collapse. Until something went wrong for them. And right for her. Because while they erased files, they forgot something critical. The truth was never only in the system. It lived with the people. And Naomi went back to them, one by one, knocking on doors, asking again, and every single one said yes. Then came the final piece. 7 seconds. That's all it took. 7 seconds of audio, captured by accident, enhanced by precision. A voice, his voice, saying, "Get inside that building, find out what she's working on." That was it. That was everything. The arrests happened at the same time. No warning. No escape. Harrow, the commissioner, the insider, all taken, all exposed. The system that protected him. Gone. Just like that. That night, Naomi sat across from her daughter again. Same table. Same quiet. But everything felt different. Amara looked at her. "I was scared that day." Naomi nodded. "I know. Were you scared too?" Naomi thought about it, then answered honestly. "Yes." Amara tilted her head. "Then how did you stay so calm?" Naomi smiled faintly. "Because calm isn't the absence of fear." She leaned forward slightly. "It's knowing exactly who you are, even when someone else is trying to decide it for you." Amara sat with that. Quiet. Thinking. Then nodded slowly. And in that moment, Naomi knew. The most important thing she had protected that day wasn't the case, wasn't her career. It was that lesson, that stillness, that unshakable sense of self. And that would last far longer than any badge ever could.